Hello everyone, this is Chemdork, and welcome to another Buildcraft video. Standing on top of the cactus processing facility here, just kind of looking at the world and seeing what we can do today in today's episode. And I think it's probably about time we got to work on that, the tree farm again. It's I know, we've built it in version 2 of Buildcraft, but if you didn't know, I just upgraded kind of recently to version 3, and I'm starting to use that. We, in fact, built our assembly room the last episode, and since version 3 upgrade, or since I upgraded to version 3, the tree farm has been, well, broken. So that's what we're going to fix today in this episode. We're not going to complete it completely because the revamp is actually going to turn this semi-automated tree farm into a completely and fully automated tree farm, where all I have to do is say go, and it just constantly collects wood for me. It's going to be awesome. But that's actually kind of complicated. Pretty complicated build, actually. It's very similar to the last tree farm. It's just some of the wiring is going to make it a little more complicated. But I actually also had a reason for being up here on this fine building. The first sort of machine and factory type of building that I've built in this world, which is the cactus processing facility. Yeah, nice. But it's not why I'm on top of this building. I was actually on top of this building, and I noticed this little, this little building here we rarely use. Right now, it's central control, but it's very far from central. It actually, at this point, only houses the cactus processing facility controls. The idea behind this building initially was to use it as a place where I can have all the controls for my machinery in my world. Now, it looks pretty cool. And I was going to use it that way, but I haven't been. I don't know. The controls for the quarry are in the quarry building, and I kind of think they should stay there, no problem. And just kind of everything else, I didn't have a good reason for having the controls here. If it's semi-automated, like the tree farm, it sort of like it makes sense to go over there, make sure all the trees are grown, and then sort of plant and harvest. But if it's a fully automated process, then it actually makes sense to do all the controls elsewhere. And now with the use of gates and everything, I can have the ability to say monitor the condition of an engine up there, for example, from afar, or automatically have it shut down if it gets too hot and that sort of thing. So I plan on incorporating all that functionality into my world, which means that this sort of central process or a central control building really is going to be pretty key for that. So I think what I'm going to end up doing eventually, anyways, is expanding this out a bit and putting all the controls into this one place. It's going to be kind of interesting to get all the redstone wiring in there, but I do like the control panel design I had for the cactus processing facility. I'll just go and see it again. But this kind of like wood behind the stone looks pretty cool. It definitely looks cool, but I definitely like this sort of look, and we're going to be using stuff like that. But not this episode. Today, in this episode, it's time for Tree Farm. Hello, Tree Farm. It's nice to see you again. I got rid of all my templates, and I got rid of all the builders and fillers in this tree farm. We're going to have essentially the same setup. Remember, it's not going to be too much different than it was before. I didn't eat that bread. That's fine. But what we do need... Here, let's give myself that. Well, we need a filler. Yeah, we definitely need a filler, but we need a builder first. And the first thing we can do is actually set up the planting. And it's actually getting a little bit close to the nighttime, and I don't want to be doing much at night. But yeah, so what I did is I moved some items out around here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out the area for our builder template. And then we'll get to work setting up the planting template, in which case we're going to use this. And this is what's called a blueprint. Now, normally I'd be using templates, which are actually these. They look a little different now in version 3. But the blueprint is essentially the same thing behind a template. A template allowed you to select an area, put blocks in that area, and say, okay, now this, I want you to save that configuration, and then you put it inside a builder, and the builder will automatically build that. Template was not block specific, though. So if you put dirt in here, and you just gave the builder cobblestone, for example, it would put the same blocks in the same pattern, or it would put blocks in the same pattern, but it would use whatever's in the builder at the time. A blueprint is different in that it remembers with a type of block and the position of the block. So if you say stacked this and this dirt block and a cobblestone block on top of one another, saved that as a blueprint, the builder would build a dirt block and a cobblestone block. If it saved it as a template and you gave the builder nothing but dirt, it would just be dirt. So it's kind of, just a quick way of going into that. And actually, I'm probably going to be doing a Science of Buildcraft episode on builders and fillers, but that's after I do actually a few more type of episodes on Science of Buildcraft. I have really good, I think, ideas and things I want to test. I want to test liquids. I want to test stripes pipes and engines. I'm going to go in engines in depth in one of the Science of Buildcraft episodes. So those three are definitely coming, and yeah, it's going to be kind of cool. But for this episode, let's go to sleep now, and I'll start to set up the template area, and then we're going to make our builder template again. Now we have to make it again because, yeah. Well, anyways, and again, I shouldn't call it a template because it's actually going to be a blueprint. So let's get out the landmarks and do it this way. I know it's going to be, I think it's, well, you know what, let me just follow the tree farm and then we'll be okay. I think it's 17 by 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, there's that. And what I'd like to do is, I don't actually need this too tall. I really just need it like 3 blocks tall. That's plenty. All right, and then we're going to put our template drawing table here. Or actually, it's called the architect table now. Right, this thing. So I put it next to one of the corners where I want the builder to be eventually, which is that. We can pick up our little landmarks here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be calling this blueprint, we'll call it Tree Farm 1. Alright, because you can name it now. And the reason why I'm naming it now is because as soon as you put a blueprint in there, it'll start to make it. I think you can change the name until it actually makes it, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to put a blueprint in there because it'll just make a blueprint of nothing. I need to place my blocks first. So I'm going to place my blocks where the trees go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, whoops. I think that's it. And then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, there's that, and then there's 3 rows of this. Yep. And then I just fill in this. So this is this tree farm is going to be, again, building the same number of trees. It's going to be the same configuration as before. And now let's place our saplings. And the thing is, I don't want these to grow while it's building the template, because then it'll save the saplings as part, or the trees that grow from the saplings as part of the template. So I really don't want these things to grow. I probably should have done this at night to make sure they didn't grow. But okay, so now let's really quickly make this template. Put the blueprint in. All right, come on. There you go. It's a pretty quick process, but it does take a little time. Don't grow. Don't grow. None of these things need to grow. Please, 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 please. Yes. Okay, cool. And now let's remove all this. Actually, we can just remove it this way. Oops. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. And that's that. You know, that's that template. And now the builder will be able to build it. What I need to know, though, first is the direction of the builder. And I want to make sure this is correct and the same way as it is last time. I don't think it's been changed in this version of Buildcraft. I haven't actually compared it with last time, so I don't know. But, yeah, so anyways, we'll get our builder first. We'll just place it here or something. Oh, wait. Yeah, there you go. We're going to be... Okay, we'll give it a blueprint. Here's the blueprint. And you can take it off and put it back on, and you see what happens. And the cool thing about blueprints, it tells you what you need. So you need some dirt, some saplings, doesn't matter. I'll give it more than it needs, because it doesn't matter in this case. It used to be where I had to starve the builder of blocks, because I couldn't let it finish. But, oops, what am I doing? But since the way builders work now is that they, even if they've stopped mid-build, they won't start from the beginning again. So if you had a builder that wanted to build, say, these 3 blocks, and this is the first block it built, this is the second one, and this is the third one, and you wanted to stop the builder. Now before, what I could do to make it not complete itself, because when it completes, it gets rid of this template, and you have to reset it by doing this. In the past, what I could do in version 2 is just give it 2 blocks, so that it would maybe have 2 blocks of cobblestone. And what I'd do is, instead of building a line of 3, it'd only be given 2 cobblestone, so it'd build the first one, build the second one, and then keep on trying to place the third one until it, until you shut off power. And then you could get rid of these blocks, give it back those cobblestone blocks, and then it would start from the beginning again, without having to reset itself, which is pretty cool. The problem that I ran into with version 3, though, is the difference in the way builders work. So if the line of 3 was your template and you gave it 2 blocks, it would check here, place a block, and know that, oh crap, I'm out of blocks. And then it would just, skip and go to the next one until it was done the template. And then it would just complete the template without putting a block here. So which is lame. So I thought, okay, well maybe I can cut it and give it like tons of blocks that it needs to place, and then stop it before it reaches. So maybe this is a template that has 1,000 blocks in it or something, and then I only gave it 2, and then it would keep on checking, and it would be like over there by the time I stopped it. But what happens is that if you say had a template with 3 blocks and you gave it 1 block, so you gave it 1 block and then you stopped it, and then you told it to, and then you took away this block, and you told it to start again, it would actually start from where it left off. So it wouldn't start from the beginning, which sucks, because then it just, no matter what you do, it's gonna finish. So I have to reset it. So that's why I'm just saying, screw it, we're gonna reset it. We can give it as many blocks as we want, but it's actually kind of cool, and it's gonna make it a lot easier to automate fully than it was before. So this is actually a good thing. Okay, so let's see where it builds blocks first. So, okay, you see the little helper dude, he's building a block. Okay, he's building it from this corner. So from the corner of basically my cows, let's say. It starts in the corner of my cows, and then goes this way. And then the next row is placed like that, and then the third row is going to be placed like that. Okay, that makes sense. So we don't need to see this in action. We know what happens here. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Alright, cool. And then, of course, the builder, it always builds from the bottom up. Same with the filler, it will remove from the bottom up. But actually what we need to do is check out the filler too. So I'm just going to make myself a little area like I did before, when I did this before. Just gonna, I'll just do it a 2 tall one, and then give it a filler. Here's the filler. Alright, grab my landmarks back. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I'm gonna just use dirt, because it's easier to clear. Come on. Come on. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. It'll actually remove these ones too, because they're in the template. We'll give it a steam engine. Give it some coal. Not much. We don't need much. And a lever, and we'll see where it is going to remove blocks first. Oh, sorry, I gotta give it a template. Essentially, this filler template is this. Now, the filler is different from the builder. Now, the builder, you can easily reset it by just taking out one of these, put it back, which you can do for the filler as well. The cool thing about the builder is that I can actually pump out an item, and that first item that comes out will be the blueprint. So I can actually easily reset it that way. With the filler, you can't do that. So the filler, I have to make sure it does not finish, just the same way as we did it before. So if you're kind of confused by any of this, maybe you can watch the other the other tree farm videos where I kind of go into this in detail. But we're just gonna, this is just the test to see if anything's changed, and if we need to reposition anything. The positioning and how blocks are removed and built, and I'll go into this when we do a Science of Buildcraft episode on this, but it doesn't matter compared to the orientation of the filler. What matters is basically the XY coordinates of the world. That's what defines what block gets placed first and what block gets removed first, etc. So let's turn this on and see how this stuff is removed. Okay, and it's actually in the same, or it's actually in the complete reverse order of the builder. Now, a key feature for the filler is that, unlike the builder, if you replace blocks in here, or in the case of the filler, if you shut it off, in case of the builder, if you shut it off and restart it, same with the filler here, if you shut it off and restart it, or if you just place blocks while it's removing them, you'll notice it starts from the beginning again. So it doesn't finish and then just shut itself off. So if I just keep on placing blocks, it's just going to keep on removing it, which is really good, and this is the reason why this will work. But like the builder, if it finishes, what it does, and we'll let it finish here in a second, and we'll see just one more little. There it goes. Yep, see it turned red, which means that when I place blocks in here now, let's place 2, it does nothing. Doesn't start again. What I have to do is do this. Now it's green, now it starts again, and now it's finished, so now it turns red. So that's the conundrum there. All right. So let's just do this. All right, cool. Ah, crap. There's this bug too in Buildcraft now, the version 3, where your template stays even though you remove like the filter or the builder. This is how you get rid of it. It's actually not there. It's still shown. So when you log out and back into the world, you'll notice it's gone. It's kind of cool. Or it's kind of weird. It's a bug. I'm guessing they're gonna fix it, but it really doesn't break anything, so it's not a big deal. But okay, so what we're gonna be doing now is building the template for. Wow, a day passed. Interesting. We're gonna be building the template for the other 2 builders that we'll need, and it's the same builders that we needed in the tree farm design before. And oh, come on, it's nighttime. The key for these 2 other builders. Basically, their entire purpose is to make sure that the filler does not finish its removing blocks in its area. So there's one, basically the whole thing that we need to have a way that is able to shut off the filler. And you could do it by a timer of sorts. But the problem with that is you may have, in one case, maybe all the trees will have grown in here. In another case, maybe when you harvest the lumber, only like a few trees will have grown, and it's going to take, the time it takes to remove all the blocks here is going to be different every single time you let the trees grow, because different trees can grow, and different numbers of trees might be in here, so essentially you're going to be removing a different number of blocks every time you harvest. So you can't use timing. You have to use a sort of a circumstantial thing, and you see this little area right up here? That's where used to be a builder that was there that was called my torch builder. And what it did is it placed a torch right on top of the builder right there. And that torch powered a system here. When the torch was in place, this engine was off. And so that builder was off. And then what happened is when the torch was removed, what it did is it shut off the filler, which was right here. And it started the torch builder, which remained on until it received back its torch, and it turned back. And it placed it again, and then it shut off this torch builder, and the filler remained off because I was using an RS NOR latch, etc., etc., etc. That's some wiring stuff that we'll get into later, but we're going to have to do things a little differently now because we have to reset this builder every time we use it. But I kind of have it worked out all on paper, but what I need is to make that template, and that template's going to be real simple. I don't know if you can make a 1-block template, but initially I had it build like a line of 16, and I just gave it 1 torch, and that way it never finished, and I never had to reset it. But now, based on what I just explained, with how the builder works, that builder will always need resetting, no matter what, because even if you give it 16 blocks, it'll try to place no matter what, and eventually sort of finish itself. So we're just going to have to make a template, and the template's going to be real simple. Just 2 blocks right here. Boop. That can be a template. There it is, the smallest template that you can make. I believe you can't make one that's 1 block. Let's test it, though, because I don't know if you can. I never actually tried it. No, I don't think that works. Yeah, I don't think so. But you can make it with 2 blocks. See? Boop. It's like a little nothing there. But what I'm going to do is make this, and I'm going to use a template for this, so I don't need a redstone torch, but there it is. The positioning of the template builder does matter. Unlike the filler, it really doesn't matter, but the template builder does matter. So we're going to do this. We're going to say this is the torch 1, and I'll give it a template. So it's the torch 1 template instead of the tree farm 1 blueprint. And it can be a template because we're just going to give the builder torches, so that's all it's going to place. All right, there's torch 1 template. Cool. And then the other template we're going to make is going to be the safety builder. The safety builder is another one where it actually doesn't matter too much, but I'm gonna keep positioning still right over there. And what I'm gonna do is, actually, you know what? Maybe it might be smart to place it. No, I'll still place it over there. That's no big deal. Okay, so we'll place it in the same position, and we'll give it again the same length of the tree farm. Boop. All right, again, this is a pretty simple template. We'll place it here. Oh, we gotta give it blocks, because otherwise there's no blocks in the template. So this, and we'll just make the entire template is full of a row of blocks. Okay. And we'll call this template safety. Yeah, safety 1. Is that how you spell safety? I don't know. Safe 1. Yeah, okay. I think I don't know. You know, sometimes you think you spelled it right, and then you're not really sure, and it's just you feel stupid, and yeah, that's one of those times. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So there's our templates. It's no big deal. So what I'll do is I'm gonna go up and place our builders, put them in place, and then we'll sort of continue from there. So let's see. And what we're going to do in this episode is basically as follows. There we go, because we don't need that one anymore. And this stuff, actually this stuff, damn it. I'm going to want to, there we go. I'm going to want to actually get rid of this. We'll probably want this again. Yeah, we're going to want that again, but let's, well, you know what? I probably will. Screw it. I just did that because I wasn't sure where I'd put things, but yeah, they're probably going to be put in the same place. But anyways, actually, I need some more builders. So I'll be back and place these builders and fillers and everything, and we'll see you in a second. Hey, here's an interesting tidbit before we get back to it. Templates can't be sorted in this version of Buildcraft anyways. At least empty ones can't be. I'm not sure if the completed ones can be. But these won't be sorted by a diamond pipe. They will just go right through and, you know, you can't recognize them. There's a few other items that are sort of like that. I don't remember exactly what, but same goes for blueprints, and I believe in this one, there used to be a bug where your enchantments would be removed if you put an item through a pipe, but I think it's kept now. But that means that each enchanted item is treated as a completely unique item. So these won't be sorted along with the normal diamond pipes, diamond tools. I don't know if all the enchanted ones are sorted the same way. I'm not sure. I think it still depends on the enchantment, but I'm not entirely sure about that. I just haven't tested it enough. But anyways, that's a little aside. And oh, also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but these used to be buttons. This is for getting my cobblestone and, you know, giving me stacks of each of these items. They used to be buttons where I just pushed a button once for 1 stack, twice for 2 stacks. Problem is that in version 3 of Buildcraft, these combustion engines need to cool down completely before being restarted. Which means that if you hit a button once, you have to wait for like 5 seconds, maybe even like 10 seconds before it cools down. So I had to switch these to levers. So I just kind of hit the lever and then wait a few seconds and then, you know, put it back up, and that'll give me, you know, a few stacks. So just FYI. Thought you might want to know that. Let's get back to it. So the first builder here is our tree farm, builder, the main builder for this tree farm. It's going to be powered by this combustion engine, and it needs a blueprint. Boom! And it tells me I need saplings and dirt. I'm just going to give it a bunch of dirt and a bunch of saplings. No big deal. And what will happen is both saplings and dirt will be routed to it. So I'm going to have to change this diamond pipe at some point. I might just get rid of this piping for now and then rebuild it later. I probably will do that. It'll also make it a little easier to get around. And then the other thing I'm going to be doing here is, oh yeah, down the bottom here, since we have it, let's place our filler. Our filler goes right here. And no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. We can't place it until we give our landmarks. We have to mark out the area. It's gonna work. So it's there. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Fight the current. Fight the power. There we go. There's another one. Fighting the current, swimming. Okay, come on. There we go. And then, actually, I should be okay if I just, oops, I need some blocks. I need some blocks. No. Okay, there we go. I think if I put it right here, it should be fine because it'll because these are both source blocks on either side, so it should be okay. Let me just do that. Oops. Oh, come on. Seriously? Ah, what is the problem? There we go. Things get weird when you're trying to place blocks, yeah, on this. Alright, that should be enough. And then, yeah, I'm going to want to delete that up to that level. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, and if I right-click on this guy, okay, that's making the entire box. That's good. Okay, so we shouldn't ever have to do this again. And yep, okay, it's fixed. That's not a song that means anything, but I kind of just made it up. Yeah, alright, so we should get our landmarks back in due time. What I'm going to actually do is just, for now, I'm just going to do that. Why not? It's fine. It'll be, I'll have to fix this a little later. It's no big deal. Oh man, I should have done something with that. That's okay. So now the filler rather, is right here. That's cool. Oh, whoop. We need to set it up. So glass, 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 glass. This tells it completely remove everything in that area. And we have the template builder here in its orientation. What we also need to add is a reset functionality to this, and I don't have that. Don't have it set up right now, but it will be. And I'll have to make sure it doesn't interfere with any of this other wiring that's around here. So we'll have a few things to do here. But that's, you know, that's it for now. Let's go around back and set up the other builders, which are going to go on the roof of this tree farm. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, creepers. Guess we'll have to deal with those. Oh man, my sound seems to be pretty high. Maybe it's just for me. Okay. There it is. I don't really record the sound channels separately for my Minecraft Let's Plays because, I don't know, Minecraft sound it's probably the worst mixed sound game in the history of games. The sound in Minecraft is just awful. I don't know if I mean, I kind of like some of the sound effects, but the sound mixing is just awful in the game. There's not really much to speak of anyway. It's fine. Alright, so here's our torch builder. So this is torch 1. We'll just give it a bunch of redstone torches. Why not? And you can see the little doohickey hanging out. Now, I actually made it too long on purpose. I actually wanted a little bit to hang out so that I could tell when the builder was needing to be reset. Because when it needs to be reset, it's going to look like this. It's going to look like it doesn't have a template. So, there you go. And, oh, the same with the safety builder, but I don't have any template for that. Okay, I want to try to put this in the right place. That did not do it. I need to have it facing the right way, because otherwise, if it's not facing the right way, let's see which way it's facing. Which way is it facing? Ah! Crap! Man, hold on a second. I feel like I did that before. Let's actually eat some of this sucker. Yeah, I feel like I did that before, definitely. All right, let's actually see what happens when I do this. I'm gonna just climb up with cobblestone. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just pillar up. Yeah, I got a ladder on the other side. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Let's put a template in here. I'll show you what happens. Boom. All right, so where is... Ah, crap, I don't know which way it's facing. Oh, I think it's facing... Woo. I think it's facing this... No, I think it's facing this way. So the template's actually going straight out. And yep, see it's going straight out. It's the template direction does matter, and that's based off of your where you positioned it. But so I have to make sure it's facing this way. Okay, let me grab that builder again. This should work. Ah, damn it! Let's do it again. Okay, and let's do this. Come on. Okay, this should work. I hope this is enough. There we go. That's what I wanted. And now the template, and I'm just gonna give it a bunch of wooden planks. 17. Actually, that's exactly the number I need, so that's fine. Okay, so that's that. I'll do this piping later. I mean, for now, that's fine. But we're gonna have to adjust it later. All right, so there's all my builders and the filler. So 3 builders and a filler. Same as last time, same basic functionality, just a little bit of different layout in terms of the templates being in place, etc., etc.